That should be going. The number going. Yes, yes. Okay.
The Emperor of the Moon, a farce by Aphra Behn. The scene, Naples, a chamber. Enter Ilaria and Moxiville.
A curse upon that faithless maid, who first her sex's liberty betrayed. Born free as man to love and range, till nobler nature did to custom change. Custom, a dull excuse for fools who think all virtue to consist in rules. This does not divert me, nor nothing will till Scaramouche return and bring me news of Cynthia.
Truly, I was so sleepy last night. I know nothing of the adventure for which you are kept so close a prisoner today, and more strictly guarded than usual.
Cynthia came with music last night under my window, which my father, hearing, sallied out with his myrmidons upon him, and clashing of swords I heard. But what hurt was done, or whether Cynthia were discovered to him, I know not. But the billet I sent him now by Scaramouche, will occasion me soon intelligence.
And see, madam, where your trusty Roger comes. Oh, you may advance. Fear none but your friends.
Dear Scaramouche, hast thou been at the Viceroy?
Yes, yes.
And hast thou delivered my letter to his nephew Don Cynthia?
Yes, yes. What should I deliver else?
Well, and how does he?
Why, what a laborious thing it is to be a pimp, as well as a knight adventuring lover can be. He has got but one wound, madam.
Oh, wounded, say you? Oh, heavens, 'tis not mortal.
Why, I have no great skill, but they say it may be dangerous.
I die with fear. Where is he wounded?
Why, madam, he is run quite through the heart. But the man may live, if I please.
Thou, please, torment me not with riddles.
Why, madam, there is a certain cordial balsam called a fair lady, which outwardly applied to his bosom will prove a better cure than all your weapon salve or sympathetic powder. Meaning your ladyship.
Oh, is Cynthia then not wounded?
No, otherwise than by your fair eyes, madam. He got away unseen and unknown.
Dost thou know how precious time is, and dost thou fool it away thus? What said he to my letter?
What should he say?
Why, 100 dear, soft things of love, kiss it as often, and bless me for my goodness.
Why, so he did.
Ask me 1,000 questions of my health after my last night's fright.
So he did.
Expressing all the kind concern love could inspire for the punishment my father has inflicted on me for entertaining him at my window last night.
All this he did.
And for being confined a prisoner to my apartment without the hope or possibility of seeing him any more.
There, I think you are a little mistaken. For besides the plot that I have laid to bring you together all this night, there are such stratagems a-brewing, not only to bring you together, but with your father's consent too. Such a plot, madam.
Aye, that would be worthy of thy brain. Prithee, what?
Such a device.
I'm impatient.
Such a conundrum. Well, if there be wise men and conjurers in the world, they are intriguing lovers.
Out with it.
You must know, madam, your father, my master, the doctor, is a little whimsical, romantic, or Don Quixotish, or so.
Or rather mad.
That were uncivil to be supposed by me. But lunatic, we may call him without breaking the decorum of good manners, for he is always traveling to the moon.
And so religiously believes there is a world there that he discourses as gravely of people, their government, institutions, laws, manners, religion, and constitution as if he had been bred a Machiavel there.
How came he thus infected first?
With reading foolish books, Lucian's dialogue of Icaramenopus, who flew up to the moon and thence to heaven, an heroic business called The Man in the Moon, who was carried thither upon an engine drawn by wild geese, with 1,000 other ridiculous volumes too hard to name.
Aye, this reading of books is a pernicious thing. I always like to have run mad once, reading Sir John Mandeville. But to the business. I went, as you know, to Don Cynthia's lodgings, where I found him with his dear friend Charmant, laying their heads together for a farce.
A farce!
Aye, a farce which shall be called The World in the Moon, wherein your father shall be so imposed on as shall bring matters most magnificently about.
I cannot conceive thee, but the design must be good, since Cynthia and Charmant own it.
In order to this, Charmant is dressing himself like one of the Kabbalists of the Rosicrucian order, and is coming to prepare my credulous master for the greater imposition.
But the farce, where is it to be acted?
Here in this very house. I am to order the decoration, adorn a stage, and place scenes proper.
How can this be done without my father's knowledge?
You know the old apartment next to the great orchard and the worm-eaten gallery that opens to the river, which place for several years nobody has frequented? There all things shall be acted proper for our purpose.
Run, Scaramouche! My master's conjuring for you like mad below. He calls up all his little devils with horrid names. His microscope, his horoscope, his telescope, all his scopes.
Here, I almost forgot the letters. Here's one for you and one for Miss Bellamont.
Oh, ma très chère.
Thy eyes are always laughing, Bellamont.
And so would yours had they been so well employed as mine. This morning, I have been at the chapel and seen so many beaux. I could not tell which I should look upon the most. Sometimes my heart was charmed with the gay blonding, then with the melancholy noir. Anon, the amiable brunette, sometimes the bashful, then again the bold, the little now and on the lovely tall. In fine, my dear, I was embarrassed on all sides. I did nothing but deal my heart tout autour.
Oh, there was then no danger, cousin?
No, but abundance of pleasure.
Why, this is better than sighing for Charmant.
That's when he's present only, and makes his court to me. I can sigh to a lover, but will never sigh after him. But oh, the beaux, cousin, that I saw at church.
Oh, you had great devotion to heaven then.
And so I had. I did nothing but admire its handiwork. But a Dusson who should come in and spoil all but my lover, Charmant. So dressed, so gallant, that he drew together all the scattered fragments of my heart, confined my wandering thoughts, and fixed them all on him. Oh, what a dear ravishing thing the beginning of an amour is.
When wilt thou be tame, Bellamont?
When I am weary of loving, Eliza.
Well, Scaramouche tells me of rare designs a-hatching to relieve us from this captivity. Here we are mewed up to be espoused to two mooncalves, for aught I know, for the devil of any human thing is suffered to come near us without our governant and keeper, Mr. Scaramouche.
Who, if he had no more honesty and conscience than my uncle, would let us pine for want of lovers. But heaven be praised! The generosity of our cavaliers has opened their obdurate hearts with a golden key that lets them in all opportunities. Come, let's get in and answer their billets due.
Scene 2, a garden. Enter doctor with all manner of mathematical instruments hanging at his girdle. Scaramouche bearing a telescope 20 or more feet long.
Set down the telescope. Let me see. What hour is it?
About 6 o'clock, sir.
When 'tis the hour that the great monarch of the upper world enters into his closet. Oh, mount the telescope.
What to do, sir?
I understand of certain moments critical. One may be snatched of such a mighty consequence. Let the sight into the secret closet.
How, sir? Peep into the king's closet under favor, sir. That will be something uncivil.
Uncivil? It were flat treason were it be known. But thus unseen, and as wise politician should I take a survey of all. This is the statesman's peeping hole. Take care, none enter.
Oh, sir, here's some strange great man come to wait on you.
Great man, or from whence?
Nay, from the moon world, for aught I know, for he looks not like the people of the lower orb.
Oh, that may be. Wait on him in.
Dr. Balliardo, most learned sir, all hail. Hail from the great Kabbalah of Utopia.
Most reverend bard, thrice welcome.
The famous fame of your great learning, sir, and virtues known with joy to the renowned society.
Fame, sir, has done me too much honor to bear my name to the renowned Kabbalah.
You must not attribute it to fame, sir. They are too learned and wise to take up things from fame, sir. Our intelligence is by ways more secret and sublime. The stars and the demons of the air inform us all things, past, present, and future. And to come.
I must confess the Count of Gabalist renders it plain. From rich, divine, and humane, there are such friendly and intelligent demons.
I hope you do not doubt that doctrine, sir, which holds that the four elements are peopled with persons of a form and species more divine than vulgar mortals. Those of the fiery regions we call the salamanders. They beget kings and heroes with spirits like their deitical sires. The lovely inhabitants of the water we call nymphs. Those of the earth are gnomes or fairies. Those of the air are sylphs. These, sir, when in conjunction with mortals, beget immortal races, such as the firstborn man, which had continued so had the first man near doted on a woman.
Most admirable philosophy and reason. But do these sylphs and nymphs appear in shapes?
Of the most beautiful of all the sons and daughters of the universe. Imagination itself. Imagination is not half so charming, and then so soft, so kind. But none but the Kabbalah and their families are blessed with this with their divine addresses. Were you but once admitted to that society?
Aye, sir, what virtues or what merits can accomplish me for that great honor?
An absolute abstinence from carnal thought, devout, and pure of spirit, free from sin.
I dare not boast of my virtues, sir. Is there no way to try my purity?
Are you very secret?
'Tis my first principle, sir.
And one the most material in our Rosicrucian order. Please you to make a trial.
Oh, how, sir, I beseech you.
If you be thoroughly purged from vice, the optics of your sight will be so illuminated that glancing through this telescope, you may behold one of these lovely creatures that people the vast region of the air.
Oh, sir, you oblige me profoundly.
Kneel then, and try your strength at virtue. Sir, keep your eye fixed and open. Can you discern, sir?
Methinks I see a kind of glorious cloud drawn up. Oh, oh, and now 'tis gone.
Saw you no figure?
None.
Then make a short prayer to Alkin, the spirit of the east, shake off all earthly thoughts, and look again.
Oh, astonished, ravished with delight. I see a beauty young and angel-like, leaning against a cloud.
Seems she in a bed? Then she's reposing, and you must not gaze.
Oh, now a cloud veils her from me.
We saw you peeping then, and drew a curtain of air between.
I am all a rapture, sir. Sir, this rare vision is possible, sir, that I may ever hope a conversation with so divine a beauty.
Most possible, sir. They will court you. Their whole delight is to immortalize Alexander was begot by a salamander that visited his mother in the form of a serpent, and that famous philosopher Merlin was begotten on a Vestal nun, as indeed all the heroes and men of mighty minds are.
Most excellent. Oh, but do you imagine, sir, that they will fall in love with an old mortal?
They love not the vulgar, 'tis the immortal heart they dote on.
But, sir, I have a niece and daughter which I love equally. Were it not possible for them to be immortalized?
No doubt on it, sir, if they be pure and chaste.
I think they are. And I'll take care to keep them thus. For I confess, sir, I would fain have a hero for a grandson.
You never saw the Emperor of the Moon, sir, the mighty Erin Donazar?
Never, sir.
Ah, refine your thoughts, sir, by a moment's prayer and try again.
It's too much. Oh, too much for mortal eyes. I see a monarch seated on a throne, but seems most sad and pensive.
Forbear then, sir. For now his love spits on, and then he would be private.
His love fit, sir?
Aye, sir, the Emperor is in love, and with some fair mortal.
And can he not command her?
Yes, but her quality being too mean, he struggles, though a king, betwixt love and honor.
It were too much to know the mortal, sir?
'Tis yet unknown, sir, to the Kabbalists who now are using all their arts to find her and serve his majesty. But now, my great affair deprives me of you. Tomorrow, sir, I'll wait on you again. And now I've tried your virtue. Tell your wonders.
I humbly kiss your hand, most learned sir.
So, Don Charmant has played his part most exquisitely. I'll in and see how it works in his pericranium. Did you call, sir?
Scaramouche, I have for thy singular wit and honesty always had a tenderness for thee above that of a master for a servant. Thou hast virtue and merit, that deserves much.
Oh, Lord, sir.
And I may make thee great. All require is that thou wilt double thy diligent care of my daughter and my niece, for there are mighty things designed for them, if we can keep them from the sight of man.
The sight of man, sir.
Aye, and the very thought of man.
What antidote is there to be given to a young wench against the disease of love and longing?
Do you your part, and because I know thee discreet and very secret, I will hereafter discover wonders to thee. On pain of your life, look to the girls. That's your charge.
Doubt me not, sir, and I hope your reverence will reward my faithful service with Mopsophyll, your daughter's governante, who is rich and has long had my affection, sir.
Oh, traitor!
Set not thy heart on transitories. Mortal, there are better things in store. Besides, I have promised her to a farmer for his son. Come in with me and bring the telescope.
My mistress, Mopsophyll, to marry a farmer's son? What? Am I then forsaken? Abandoned by some false fair one? If I have honor, I must die with rage. It is resolved. I will hang myself. No. When did I ever hear of a hero that hanged himself? No, 'tis the death of rogues. What if I drowned myself? Oh, no, useless dogs and puppies are drowned. A pistol or a keeper on my own sword would look so nobly. Except that I have an aversion to pain. I know. I will die a death uncommon and leave behind me an eternal fame. I have somewhere read in an author, either ancient or modern, of man who laughed to death. I am very ticklish, and I am resolved to die that death. My mops are full. My cruel mops are full. And now, farewell the world, fond love, and mortal cares.
Harlequin was left in the garden. I'll tell him the news of Mopsiphil. Oh! What's here? Harlequin dead?
Who dost rob me of my honor?
Why, honor? I thought thou'dst been dead!
And so I was. And most admirably dead.
I came to thee to bemoan the mutual loss of our mistress.
I know, and that you are as false as she. Was not a covenant made between us that neither should take advantage of the other, but both should have fair play, and yet you basically went to undermine me and ask her about the doctor. But since she's gone, I was going to quarrel for her. But let's, like loving brothers, hand in hand, leap into the precipice.
Oh, what? And spoil my clothes? I thank you for that. No, I have a newer way. You know I lodge 4 pairs of stair high. Let's ascend thither, and after saying our prayers...
Prayers? I never heard of a dying hero that ever prayed.
Well, I'll not stand with you for a trifle. Being come up, I'll open the casement, take you by the heels, and fling you out into the street. After which you have no more to do but to come up and throw me down in my turn.
The achievement is great and new. But now I think on it, I resolve to hear my sentence from the mouth of the perfidious trollop, for yet I cannot credit it. To the wanton, though I venture banging, to be undeceived is hardly worth the hanging.
Scene 3, the chamber of Bellamont. Night, all is dark. Enter Scaramouche groping.
So, I have got rid of my rival, and shall here get an opportunity to speak with Mopsiphil. For hither she must come anon, to lay the young lady's night things in order. I'll hide myself in some corner till she come.
So, I have made my rival believe I was gone, and hid myself till I got this opportunity to steal to Mopsiphil's apartment, which must be hereabouts, for from these windows she used to entertain my love.
I hear a soft tread. If it were Mopsiphil's, she would not come by dark.
Harlequin advancing runs against a table and almost strikes himself back.
What was that? A table. There I may obscure myself. What? The devil? Is it vanished?
Devil? Vanished? What can this mean? 'Tis a man's voice. If it should be my master, the doctor, now I were a dead man. He can't see me. I'll put myself into such a posture that if he feel me, he shall soon take me for a church spout as a man.
What's this? Oh, mouth with 20 rows of teeth! Now dare not cry out lest the doctor should come find me here and kill me. I'll try, if it be mortal. Oh, who the devil can this be? I felt a poniard! And I'm glad I saved my skin from pinking.
Harlequin, groping about, finds the table on which there's a carpet and creeps underneath it, listening. Enter Bellama with a candle in one hand and a book in the other.
I am in a bell humor for poetry tonight. I'll make some poems on love. Out of a great curiosity, a shepherd did demand of me. No, a shepherd this implored of me. Aye, so it shall go. Tell me, said he, can you resign? Resign. What shall rhyme to resign? Tell me, said he. Aye, so shall it be. Tell me, said he, my Bellamont, will you be kind to your Charmant? Heavens, what's this? I'm amazed. And yet, I'll venture once more. I blushed and veiled my wishing eyes. Wishing eyes.
And answered only with my sighs.
What is this? Witchcraft? Or some divinity of love? Some Cupid sure invisible. Once more, I'll try the charm. Could I better way my love impart? Impart.
And without speaking, tell him my heart.
Tis here again. Where's the hand that writ it?
Out of great curiosity, a shepherd this implored of me, that tell me, said he, my Bellamont, will you be kind to your Charmant? I blushed and veiled my wishing eyes, and answered only with my sighs. Could I better way my love impart, and without speaking tell him all my heart? Whose is this different character?
'Tis yours, for aught I know.
Away, my name was put here for a blind. What rhyming fop have you been clubbing with withal?
Monsieur, Charmant jealous.
Have I not a cause? Who writ these for me?
Some kind assisting deity, for aught I know.
Some kind assisting coxcob that I know. The ink's yet wet, the spark is near, I find.
Malheureuse, how was I mistaken in this man?
Mistaken? What did you take me for? An easy fool to be imposed upon? One that would be cockled by every feathered fool? That you should call a gent, Step, who would dote upon a fond she-fop, a vain, conceited, amorous coquette?
Oh, madam, hide your lover, we're all undone.
I will not hide till I know the thing that made the verses.
Bellamont, niece! Bellamont!
She's coming, sir. Where? Where shall I hide? Oh, the closet's open.
Oh, niece, ill luck. I must leave this night. My brother, the advocate, is sick. 'Tis 3 long leagues, and dark as 'tis, I must go. They say he is dying.
Pulls out his keys. One falls.
Here, take my keys, and go into my study, and bring me all my papers marked with a cross or the figure of 3. They concern my brother and me. Come, Scaramouche, and get me ready for my journey. And on your life, let not a door open until I return.
Mopsiful.
And alone.
Well, 'tis a delicious thing to be rich. What a world of lovers it invites. I have one for every hand, and the favorite for my lips.
Him I would be glad to know.
But of all my lovers, I am for the farmer's son, because he keeps a calash. Oh, and I'll swear a coach is the most agreeable thing about a man.
Oh!
Why me? What's that?
Oh, the ghost of a lover dwindled
mistress? Is this done like a man of honor, Monsieur Harlequin, to take advantages to injure me?
All advantages are lawful in love and war.
'Twas contrary to our league and covenant. Therefore I defy thee as a traitor.
I scorn to fight with thee because I once called thee brother.
Then thou art a poltroon. That's to say a coward.
Coward? Nay! Then I am provoked. Come on.
Pardon me, sir. I gave the coward, and you ought to strike.
Look!
If you be for dancing, sir, I have my weapons for all occasions.
Hey, mon ami! Isn't this better than dueling?
But not altogether so heroic. Well, sir, for the future, let us have fair play. No tricks to undermine each other, but which of us is chosen to be the happy man, the other shall be content.
Cousin Bellamont, cousin!
Life, let's be gone, lest we be seen in the ladies' apartment.
Oh no, how came you here?
I came to tell you, madam. My master's just taking mule to go his journey tonight, and that Don Cynthio is in the street for a lucky moment to enter in.
I tremble, but know not whether 'tis with fear or joy.
My dear Ilaria! Shun my arms, Ilaria!
Heavens, why did you come so soon?
Why this concern? None of the house has seen me. I saw your father taking mule.
My key! The key of my laboratory! Why, knave Scaramouche, where are you?
Do you hear that, sir? Oh, I'm undone. Where shall I hide you? He approaches. My cousin's closet's open. Step in a little.
He goes in. She puts out the candle. It's the
Here, I
doctor.
must
She gets
have
around
dropped
the chimney
it.
the door, and as he advances in, she steals out.
Here, I must have dropped it. A light, there.
Enters Cynthia from the closet. Pulls Charmant out, they not knowing each other.
Oh, this perfidious woman! No marvel she was so surprised and angry at my approach tonight.
Who can this be? But I'll be prepared.
Why, Scaramouche, a light there.
Enters Scaramouche with a light, and seeing the two lovers there, runs against his master, puts out the candle, and flings him down and falls over him. Charmant slips from Cynthia into the closet. Cynthia gropes to find him. Mothsville and Ilaria, hearing a great noise, enter with the light. Cynthia, finding he is discovered, acts as a madman, as Scaramouche helps up the doctor.
Oh, a man in my house. Oh, dire misfortune. Who are you, sir?
Men call me Grog Magog, the spirit of power. Is there a city wife would be a lady? Bring her to me. Her easy cuckold shall be doubled a night.
Oh! Heavens! A madman, sir!
Is there a tawdry fop would have a title? Bring him to me, and I'll convert that coxcomb to a blockhead in your honor.
Mad! Stark mad! Why, Sirrah, rogue, Scaramouche, how got this madman in?
O thou perfidious maid, who hast thou hid in yonder cottager's closet?
Why, sir, he was brought in a chair for your advice, but how he rambled from the parlor to this chamber, I know not.
Upon a winged horse, eclipsed Pegasus, swift as the fiery races of the sun. I fly. See how I mount and cut the liquid sky.
Alas, poor gentleman, he is past all cure. But, Sirrah, for the future, take you care that no young mad patients be brought into my house.
I shall, sir. And see, here's the key you looked for.
That's well. I must be gone. Bar up the doors, and upon life or death, let no man enter.
Exit doctor and all with him with the light, leaving the room in darkness again. Charmant peeps out.
Who the devil could have that be that pulled me from the closet? But alas, I'm free and the doctor's gone. I'll to Cynthia and bring him to pass this night with our mistresses.
Now for this lucky rival, if his stars will make this last part of his adventure such, I hid myself in the next chamber till I heard the doctor go, only to return to be revenged.
He grimps his way into the closet with his sword drawn. Enter Ilaria with the light.
Scaramouche tells me Charmant is concealed in the closet, whom Cynthia surely has mistaken for some lover of mine and is jealous. But I'll send Charmant after him to make my peace and undeceive him. Sir, where are you? They're all gone. You may adventure out. Cynthia here.
Yes, madam, to your shame. Now your perfidiousness is plain. False woman, 'tis well your lover had the dexterity of escaping. I'd spoiled his making love else.
Prithee, hear me.
But since my ignorance of his person saves his life, live and possess him till I can discover him.
Go, peevish fool, whose jealousy believes me given to change. Let thy own torments be my just revenge.
Act 2. Enter Ilaria to her Bellamont.
Heavens, Bellamont, where have you been?
Fatigued with the most disagreeable affair. For a person of my humor in the world. Ugh, how I hate business. I have been ruffling over 20 reams of paper of my uncle's writings.
So, the old gentleman has departed this wicked world, and the house is our own for this night. Where are the sparks? Where are the sparks?
Nay, heaven knows.
How? I hope not so. I left Charmant confined to my closet when my uncle had liked to have surprised us together. Is he not here?
No, he's escaped, but has made sweet doings.
Heavens, cousin, what?
My father was coming into the chamber and had like to have taken Cynthia with me, when, to conceal him, I put him into your closet, not knowing of Charmant's being there, and which in the dark he took for a gallant of mine. Had not my father's presence hindered, I believe there had been murder committed. However, they both escaped unknown.
Is this all? Lovers' quarrels are soon adjusted. All to 'em, unfold the riddle, and bring him back. Take no care, but go in and dress you for the ball.
Scene changes to the street. Enter a page with flambeaus, followed by Cynthia.
'Tis Cynthia. Don Cynthia! Well, what's this quarrel? How fell ye out?
You may inform yourself, I believe, for these close intrigues cannot be carried on without your knowledge.
What intrigues, sir? Be quick, for I am in haste.
Who was the lover I surprised in the closet?
Deceptio visus, sir, the error of the eyes.
Thou dog, I felt him too. But since the rascal escaped me, I'll be revenged on thee.
Starts to beat him.
Signor Don...
What's the matter here?
Signor Don Charmant.
What? Cynthia in a rage? Who's the unlucky object?
All man, all womankind. Laria's false.
Ilaria false? Take heed. Sure, her nice virtue is proof against the vices of her sex. Say rather, Bellamont. This evening I surprised her in her chamber, writing of verses, and between her lines, some spark had newly penned his proper stuff.
I doubt you are mistaken in that, sir, for 'twas I was the spark that writ the proper stuff to do you service.
Thou?
Aye, we that spend our lives and fortunes here to serve you, to be used like pimps and scoundrels. Come, sir, satisfy him who 'twas hid in the closet when he came in and found you.
Huh, is possible? Was it Charmant?
Was it you, Cynthia? Pox on it! What fools are we? We could not know one another by instinct.
Well, dispute no more this clear case, but let's hasten to your mistresses.
I am ashamed to appear before Ilaria.
And I to Bellamont.
Come, take heart of grace, sigh and look scurvily. Your simple looks are ever a token of repentance. Come along.
The scene changes to the inside of the house. The front of the scene is only a curtain or hangings to be drawn up at pleasure. Enter Ilaria Bellamont Mopsible, dressed in masking habits.
I wonder Scaramouche stays so and what success he has.
You have no case to doubt. You can so easily acquit yourself. But what shall I do? Who can no more imagine who should write those borings than who I shall love next if I break it off with Charmant?
Such a one is not worth convincing. I would not make the world wise at the expense of a virtue.
Nay, he shall e'en remain as heaven made him for me, since there are men enough for all uses.
Enter Charmant and Cynthia dressed in their Gothic habits. Scaramouche, Harlequin, and music.
Can you forgive us?
That Cynthia, you're convinced, I do not wonder. But how Charmant's goodness is inspired, I know not.
Let it suffice. I'm satisfied, my Bellamont.
Come, let's not lose time since we are all friends.
The best use we can make of it is to talk of love.
Oh, we shall have some time enough for that hereafter. Besides, you may make love in dancing as well as sitting. You may gaze and sigh, press the hand, and now and then receive a kiss. What would you more?
Yes. Wish a little more.
Nor shall you wish long in vain, if you bring matters so about to get us with my uncle's consent.
All things are ordered as I have written you at large. Our scenes and all our properties are ready. We have no more to do but to banter the old gentleman into a little more faith, which the next visit of our new Kabbalist Charmant will complete.
Scaramouche! Scaramouche!
Hark, what noise is that? Short is in the next room.
The devil in the likeness of my old master's voice, for 'tis impossible it should be he himself.
Oh, what shall we do? There's no escaping him. He's in the next room through which you are to pass.
Scaramouche! Knave, where are you?
'Tis he, follow me all.
Those coming behind the front curtain.
I tell you, sirrah, I heard the noise of fiddles.
No, surely, sir, 'twas a mistake.
Scaramouche places them all in the hanging, in which they make the figures, where they stand without motion. He opens the door with a candle in his hand.
Bless me, sir, is it you or your ghost?
'Twere good for you, sir, if I were a thing of air. But as I am a substantial mortal, I will lay it on you substantially.
What do you mean, sir? What do you mean?
Sirrah, must I stand here waiting your leisure while you are roguing here? I will reward you.
Aye, and you shall deserve it richly, sir, when you know all.
I guess all, sirrah, and heard all, and you shall be rewarded for all. Where have you hidden the fiddles, rogue?
Fiddles, sir? Sure, 'twas wind got into your head and whistled in your ears. Riding so late, sir.
Oh, thou false varlet! There's another debt I owe you for bringing me so damnable a lie. My brother's well. I met his valet but a league from town and found thy roguery out.
Is this the reward I have for being so diligent since you went?
In what, thou villain? In what?
The curtain is drawn up and discovers the hangings where all of them stand.
Why, look you, sir, I have to surprise you with pleasure. Against you came home, been putting up this piece of tapestry, the best in Italy, for the rareness of the figures, sir.
Ah, it is indeed a piece of stately work. How can I buy them?
'Twas sent your reverence from the virtuoso, or some of the Kabbalists.
I must confess, the workmanship is excellent, but still I do insist I heard the music.
'Twas then the turning of the spheres, some serenade, sir, from the inhabitants of the moon.
Oh, from the moon. Oh, that may be.
Lord, do you think I would deceive your reverence?
From the moon. A serenade. I see no signs on it here. Indeed, it must be so. I'll think on it at leisure. Prithee, what story is this?
Why, sir, 'tis...
Hold up the candles higher and nearer.
Sir!
What was that struck me?
Struck you, sir! The imagination!
Can imagination feel, sir?
Oh, the most tenderly of any part about one, sir.
That may be.
Are you a great philosopher and know not that, sir?
This fellow has a glimpse of profundity. Oh, I like the figures well.
You will when you see him by daylight, sir.
Oh! Is that imagination too? Betrayed! Betrayed! Undone! Run for my pistols! Call up my servants, Peter! A plot upon my daughter and my niece!
Skirmish puts out the candle. They all come out of the hanging. He places them in a row just at the entrance.
Hear, hear, fear nothing. Hold by each other that when I go out, all may go. That is, slip out when you hear the doctor has come in again, which he will certainly do, and all depart to your respective lodgings.
And leave thee to bear the brute?
Take you no care for that. I'll put in my bill of charges and be paid altogether.
Enter the doctor with pistols.
What, by dark? That shall not save you, villains! Traitors to my glory and repose! Peter, hold fast the door, let none escape.
I'll warrant you, sir.
Lights! Lights! I'm sure they could not escape.
Impossible, sir!
Enters Scaramouche undressed in his nightshirt with a light.
Bless me, what's here?
What? Who art thou?
Aye, who the devil are you? And you go to that. Mercy upon us. Why, was 'tis you, sir, returned so soon?
Return!
Aye, sir, did you not go out of town last night to your brother, the advocate?
Thou villain! Thou question me as if thou knowst not that I returned.
I know, sir. How should I know? I'm sure I am but just waked from the sweetest dream.
You dream still, sir, but I shall wake your rogueship. Were you not here but now, showing me a piece of tapestry, you villain?
Tapestry?
Yes, rogue, yes, for which I'll have thy life.
Are you stark mad, sir, or do I dream still?
You dream still, sir, but I shall wake your rogueship. Were you not here just showing me a piece of tapestry, you villain?
Bless me. You amaze me, sir. What conformity has every word you say to my rare dream? Pray, let me feel you, sir. Are you human?
You shall feel I am, sirrah, if thou confess not.
Confess, sir? What should I confess? I understand not your cabalistic language, but in mine I confess that you have waked me from the rarest dream, where methought the Emperor of the Moon World was in our house, dancing and reveling, and methought his grace was fallen desperately in love with Mistress Ilaria, and that his brother, the Prince, sir, of Thunderland, was also in love with Mistress Bellamont, and methought they descended to court him in your absence, and that at last you surprised him, and that they transformed themselves into a suit of hangings to deceive you, but at last methought you grew angry at something, and they all fled to heaven again, and after a great deal of thunder and lightning I waked, sir, and hearing human voices here, came to see what the matter was.
May I credit this?
Credit it! By all the honor of your house, by my inseparable veneration for the mathematics, 'tis true, sir.
That famous Rosicrucian who yesterday visited me told me the Emperor of the Moon was in love with a fair mortal. This dream is inspiration in this matter. He must have wondrous virtue in him to be worthy of these divine intelligences. But if that mortal should be Ilaria, oh, but no more. I dare not yet suppose it. Perhaps the thing was real and no dream. I'll to my daughter and my niece and hear what knowledge they have of this.
Will you so? I'll secure you, and the frolic shall go round.
Go back to bed.
No, sir, 'tis morning now, and I'm up for all day. This madness is a pretty sort of pleasant disease, when it tickles in but one vein. Why, here's my master now, as great a scholar, as grave and wise a man in all argument and discourse as can be met with, yet name but the moon, and he runs into ridicule and grows as mad as the wind. Well, doctor, if thou canst be madder yet, we'll find a medicine that shall cure your fit.
Scene draws off, discovering Ilaria, Bellamont, and Mopsville in their nightgowns.
Ha! Not in bed. Oh, this gives me mortal fears.
Ah, Prince.
Ah, Prince.
How little faith I give to all your courtship who leaves our orb so soon.
Oh, said she orb.
But since you are of a celestial race,
Oh, I'm ravished.
Oh, Prince Divine, take pity on a mortal.
I am rapt.
Take me with you to the world above.
The moon, she means. I am transported, overjoyed, and ecstasied.
My uncle come again to interrupt us.
Hide nothing from me, dear Bellamont, since all already is discovered to me, and more.
Why have you waked me from the softest dream that ever maid was blessed with?
What, my best alarm?
I thought I was entertained, a demigod, one of the gay inhabitants of the moon.
I'm sure mine was no dream. I waked, I heard, I saw, I spoke, and danced to the music of the spheres, and methought my glorious lover tied a diamond chain about my arm, and see, 'tis all substantial.
And mine a ring of more than mortal luster.
Heaven help me moderate. Oh, lest excess of joy should make my virtue less. There is a wondrous mystery in this. A mighty blessing does attend your fates. Go in and pray to the chastened powers above to give you virtue fit for such rewards. Oh, this agrees with the learned Kabbalist informed me of last night. He said that the great Eridonizer, the Emperor of the Moon, was enamored of a fair mortal. It must be so. And either he descended to court my daughter personally, which for the rareness of the novelty she takes to be a dream, or else what they and I beheld was visionary, by way of sublime intelligence. I must be satisfied in this main point of deep philosophy. I'll to my study, for I cannot rest till this weighty mystery is discussed.
The garden. Enter Scaramouche with a ladder. He sets it up to Mopsville's window.
Though I am come off on cavalier with my master, I am not with my mistress, whom I promised to console this night, and is but just I should make good this morning. 'Twill be rude to surprise her sleeping, and more gallant to wake her with a serenade at her window. When maidens are young and in the spring of pleasure, let them take their full swing. I'd love and dance and play and sing for Sylvia, believe it, when youth is dumb. There's not but
What woeful ditty-making mortals this, that ere the lark her early notice song does doleful love beneath my casement thrum? Ah, Signor Scaramouche, is't you?
Who should it be that takes such pains to sue?
Ah, lover most true blue.
Enter Harlequin in women's clothes.
If I can now but get admittance, I shall not only deliver the young ladies their letters from their lovers, but get some opportunity in this disguise to slip this billet doux into Mopsville's hand and bob my comrade Scaramouche. What do I see? My mistress at the window courting my rival. Wanton!
But we lose precious time, since you design me a kind hour in your chamber.
Traitor!
Oh, you'll be sure to keep it from Harlequin.
Oh, yes, he hang him full. He takes you for a saint.
Harlequin, hang him, shot and herring!
A cully, a naughty,
A mere zany,
oh, hard-hearted wench!
fit for nothing but a cuckold.
Monster of ingratitude! How shall I be revenged?
Scaramouche going over the balcony.
Hold thy perjured traitor! Ha! Discovered! A woman in the garden! Come down, thy false, perfidious wretch!
Who in the devil's name art thou, and to whom dost thou speak?
To thee, thou false deceiver, that hast broke my vows, thy lawful vows of wedlock! Oh, that I should live to see the day!
Who mean you, woman?
Whom should I mean but thou, my lawful spouse? Oh! Villain! Lawful spouse! Let me come to her!
The woman's mad! Hark you, Jane! How the woman is distracted!
false varlet! See here the witness of my love and shame! What? Come with child! Was I made a property?
Hear me.
Oh, thou heathen Christian! Was not one woman enough? I, Sirrah, answer to that.
I shall be sacrificed.
I am resolved to marry tomorrow, either to the apothecary or the farmer, men I never saw, to be revenged on thee, thou tarmigate infidel. Ugh!
What noise, what outcry, what tumult is this?
The doctor, what shall I do?
A woman. Some board, I'm sure. Woman, what's your business here?
I come ain't like your seniorship to Madame the Governant here, to serve her in the quality of a fille de chambre to the young ladies.
A fille de chambre? 'Tis so. Was she pimp?
Signor.
How now, do you mock me?
Signor. Stay, mistress. And what service are you able to do the signor's daughters? Is it the Signor Dr. Belliardo, madam? Yes. Oh, he's a very handsome gentleman, indeed.
Aye, what service can you do, mistress?
Why, Signor, I can tie a cravat of the best of any person in Naples, and I can comb a periwig, and I can...
Very proper service for young ladies. I believe you've been a fille de chambre to some young cavaliers.
Most true, Signor. Why should not the cavaliers keep fille de chambre, as well as ladies valets de chambre?
Indeed, 'tis equally reasonable. 'Tis a board. But you have never served ladies.
Oh, yes, I served a parson's wife.
Is that a great lady?
Surely, sir, what is she else? For she wore petticoats laced up to the gathers, her points, her patches, her paints and perfumes, and sat in the uppermost place in the church, too.
This is a very ignorant running board. Therefore, first search her for billet doux, and then have her pumped.
Signor. Signor.
To Ilaria? To Bellamont? These are from their lovers. Oh, a note to Mopsifil. Oh, rogue, have I found you?
If you have, 'tis but trick for your trick, Signor. Scaramouche. Oh, and you may stop the pumping.
For once, Sirrah, I'll bring you off and deliver your letters. Sir, do you not know who this is? Why, 'tis a rival of mine who put on this disguise to cheat me of Mistress Mopsifil. See, here's a billet to her.
What is he?
A dancing master. Therefore, sir, since all the injury's mine, I'll pardon him for a dance, and let the agility of his heels save his bones with your permission, sir.
With all my heart, and I am glad he comes off so comically.
Sir, here's the rare philosopher who was here yesterday.
Oh, give him entrance, and all depart.
Blessed be those stars that first conducted me to so much worth and virtue. You are their darling, sir, for whom they wear their brightest luster. You are made, sir.
Let me contain my joy. May I be worthy, sir, to apprehend you.
After long searching, watching, fasting, praying, and using all the virtuous means in nature, whereby we solely do attain the highest knowledge in philosophy, it was resolved by strong intelligence. You were the happy sire of that bright nymph that had effanciated, charmed, and conquered the mighty Emperor Erin the monarch of the moon.
I am undone with joy. I am ruined with transport. Oh, can it be so, sir?
Receive the blessing, sir, with moderation.
Oh, I do, sir, I do.
This very night, by their great art, they find he will descend and show himself in glory. An honor, sir, no mortal has received this 600 years.
Oh, say you so, has descended this 100 years. Was I deceived last night?
Oh, sir! Yes, sir, often in disguise, in several shapes and forms, but never in their proper glory, sir, as emperors. This is an honor only designed to you.
And will His Grace be here in person, sir?
In person, and with him a man of mighty quality, sir. 'Tis thought the Prince of Thunderland. But that's but whispering, sir, in the cabal, and that he loves your niece.
Oh, miraculous! How this agrees with all I've seen and heard. Tonight, say you, sir?
'Tis conjectured, sir. Some of the Kabbalists are of the opinion that last night there was some sally from the moon.
About what hour, sir?
The meridian of the night, sir, about the hours of 12 or 1. But who descended or in what shape is yet uncertain.
This I believe, sir.
Why, sir?
May I communicate a secret of that nature?
To any of the Kabbalists, but none else.
Then no. Last night my daughter and my niece were entertained by those illustrious heroes.
Who, sir? The Emperor and the Prince, his cousin?
Most certain. But whether they appeared in solid bodies or phantomical, it is a question. For at my unlucky approach, they all transformed themselves into a piece of hangings.
'Tis frequent, sir, their shapes are numerous, and 'tis also in their power to transform all they touch, by virtue of a certain stone they call the Ibula.
That wondrous Ibula which Gonzales had?
The same, by virtue of which all weight was taken from him. And then with ease the lofty traveler flew from Parnassus Hill to Olympus top, from whence he had but one step to the moon. Dizzy Grance he was.
No wonder, sir. Oh, happy great Gonzales.
Your virtue, sir, will render you as happy. But I must haste. This night prepare your daughter and your niece, and let your house be dressed, perfumed, and clean.
It shall be all performed, sir.
Be modest, sir, and humble in your elevation, for nothing shows the wit so poor as wonder, nor birth so mean as pride.
I humbly thank your admonition, sir, and shall, in all I can, struggle with human frailty.
So, all things go gloriously forward but my own amour. And there is no convincing that obstinate woman that 'twas the rogue harlequin in disguise that claimed me, so that I cannot so much as come to deliver the young ladies their letters from their lovers. I must get in with this damned mistress of mine, or all our plot will be spoiled for want of intelligence. The devil does not use to fail me at a deadlift. I must deliver these letters, and I must have this wench, though but to be revenged on her for abusing me. Let me see. She is resolved for the apothecary or the farmer. Well, say no more, honest Scaramouche. Thou shalt find a friend at need of me, and if I do not fit you with a spouse, say that a woman has outwitted me.
Act 3. The street, at the town gate where an officer stands, like a London constable. Enter Harlequin riding in a calash. Comes through the gate dressed like a gentleman sitting in it. The officer lays hold on his horse.
Hold, sir. I suppose you know the customs that are due to this city of Naples from all persons that pass the gates in coach, chariot, or calash?
I am not ignorant of the custom, sir. But what's that to me?
Not to you, sir. Why, what privilege have you above the rest?
Privilege for what, sir?
Why, for passing, sir, with any of the before-named carriages.
Art mad? Dost not see I am plain baker in this my cart that comes to carry bread for the viceroys and the city's use?
Are you mad, sir, to think I cannot see a gentleman farmer and a calash from a baker and a cart?
Drunk by this day, and so early too. Oh, you're a special officer. Unhand me my horse, sirrah, or you shall pay for all the damages you do.
Hey, Day, here's a fine cheat upon the viceroy. Sir, pay me, or I'll seize your horse.
Harlequin strikes him. They scuffle a little.
Nay, and you be so brisk, I'll call the clerk from his office. Mr. Clerk! Mr. Clerk!
Harlequin whips a frock over himself, puts down the vine part of the chariot, and then it is a cart.
What's the matter here?
Here's a fellow, sir, who will persuade me his calash is a cart and refuses the customs for passing the gate.
A calash? Where? I see only a carter and his cart.
What, a devil? Was I blind?
Mr. Clerk, I am a baker that come with bread to sell, and this fellow here has stopped me this hour and made me lose the sale of my ware. And being drunk will outface me. I am a farmer, and this cart's a calash.
He's in error. Friend, pass on.
No, sir, I'll have satisfaction first, or the viceroy shall know how he's served by drunken officers, that nuisance to a civil government.
What do you demand, friend?
Demand. I demand a crown, sir.
This is very hard. Mr. Clerk, if I ever saw in my life, I thought I saw a gentleman in a calash.
Come, gratify him and see better hereafter.
Here, sir, if I must, I must.
Pass on, friend.
Harlequin, unseen, puts up the back of his calash, whips off his frock, and goes to drive off. The officer sees him, stops him again.
Him, I swear it is a calash, Mr. Clerk! Mr. Clerk, come back!
Harlequin changes as before.
Come, sir, let your own eyes convince you, sir.
Convince me of what, you sot?
That this is a gentleman and that is
Stark drunk, Sirrah. If you trouble me at every mistake of yours thus, you shall quit your office.
I beg your pardon, sir. I am a little drunk, I confess. A little blind and mad. Sir, this must be the devil. That's certain.
Harlequin puts up his calash again, pulls off his frock, and drives out.
Well, now that to my thinking, 'tis as plain a calash again as ever I saw in my life, and yet I'm satisfied 'tis nothing but a cart.
Scene changes to the doctor's house, the hall. Enter Scaramouche in a chair, which is set down and open on all sides. The top represents an apothecary's shop. The inside painted with shelves and rows of pots and bottles.
The devil's in it if either the doctor, my master, or Mopsiville know me in this disguise. And thus I may not only gain my mistress and outwit Harlequin, but deliver the ladies those letters from their lovers, which I took out of his pocket this morning. And who would suspect an apothecary for a pimp? Nor can the jade Mopsiville in honor refuse a person of my gravity, so well set up. The doctor here first, this is not so well, but I'm prepared with impudence for all encounters. Most Reverend Dr. Valiardo.
Signor,
I might, through great pusillanimity, blush to give you this anxiety, did I not opine you are as gracious, as communicative, and imminent, and though you have no cognizance of me, your humble servant, yet I have of you, you being so greatly famed for your admirable skill, both in Galenical and Paracelsian phenomena, and other approved felicities in vulnerary emetics and purgative experiences.
Signor, your opinion honors me. A rare man.
And though I am at present busied in writing those few observations I have accumulated in my peregrinations, sir, yet the ambition I aspired to of being an ocular and aureole witness of your singularity made me trespass on your sublimer affairs.
Signor.
Besides a violent inclination, sir, of being initiated into the denomination of your learned family by the conjugal circumference of a matrimonial tie with that singularly accomplished person, madam, the governante of your hostel.
A sweetheart for Mopsiville.
And if I may obtain your condescension to my hymeneal propositions, I doubt not my operation with the fair one.
Signor, she is much honored in the overture, and my ability shall not be wanting to fix the concord. But have you been a traveler, sir?
Without circumlocution, sir, I have seen all the regions beneath the sun and moon.
Moon, sir. You never traveled thither, sir?
Not in propria persona, senor, but by speculation I have, and made most considerable remarks on that incomparable terra firma, of which I have the completest map in Christendom, and which Gonzalez himself omitted in Cosmographia of the Lunar Mundus.
A map of the lunar mundus. Oh, sir, may I crave the honor of seeing it?
You shall, sir, together with a map of terra incognita, a great rarity indeed, sir.
Jewels, sir, worth a king's ransom.
What a figure of a thing we have here, bantering my credulous uncle. Sir, dinner's on the table.
Let it wait. I am employed.
So, this fellow has some novel for us, some letters or instructions.
But this map, senor, I protest you have filled me with curiosity. Has it signified all things so exactly, say you?
Omitted nothing, senor. No city, town, village, or villa. No castle, river, bridge, lake, spring, or mineral.
Are any, sir, of those admirable mineral waters there, so frequent in our world?
In abundance, sir. The famous Garamantine, a young Italian, sir, lately come from thence, gives us an account of an excellent scatorigo that has lately made an ebullition there and great reputation with the lunary ladies.
Indeed, sir. Oh, be pleased, senor, to solve me some queries that may emote some appearances of the virtue of the waters you speak of.
Pox upon him, what questions he asks, but I must on. Why, sir, you must know the tincture of this water upon stagnation cerubrates, and the crocus upon the stones flavesces. This he observes to be, sir, the indication of a generous water. Now, sir, be pleased to observe the three regions. If they be bright, without doubt, Mars is powerful. If the middle region or camera be pallid, Filia Solis is breeding. And then the third region, if the feces be volatile, the blood comes soon in Borneo.
Senor!
Sir, 'tis 3 o'clock and dinner will be cold.
I come, sweetheart, but this is wonderful.
But I detain you, sir, another time, sir. I will now only beg the honor of a word or two with the gouvernante before I go.
Sir, she shall wait on you, and I shall be proud of the honor of your conversation.
What have we here? A tailor or a tumbler?
Yeah. Who's this? What if it should be the farmer that the doctor has promised Mopsville to? My heart misgives me. Who would you speak with, friend?
This is perhaps my rival, the apothecary. Speak with, sir.
Why? What's that to you?
Have you affairs with Signor Doctor, sir?
Maybe I have. Maybe I have not. What then, sir?
Senior Doctor tells me I have a lover waits me. Sure, it must be the farmer or the apothecary. No matter which, so a lover, that welcomest man alive. I'm resolved to take the first good offer, though, but in revenge of Harlequin and Scaramouche for putting tricks upon me. Ha! 2 of them.
My mistress here.
Hold, gentlemen, do not worry me. Which of you would speak with me?
I.
Both of you?
No, madam, I.
If both lovers, you are both welcome. But let's have fair play and take your turns to speak.
Aye, senor, 'tis most uncivil to interrupt me.
And disingenuous, sir, to intrude on me.
Then let me speak first.
I'm dumb.
I acquiesce.
I was informed there was a person here had propositions of marriage to make to me.
That's I.
And I attend to that consequential fini.
I know not what you mean by your fini, senor, but I am come to offer myself this gentlewoman's servant, her lover, her husband, her dog in a halter, her
anything!
Him I pronounce a poltroon and an ignominious utensil that dares lay claim to the renowned lady of my prima mobile that is my best affection.
I fear not your word, sir! But dare aloud pronounce, if done amoxiful, like me, the farmer, as well as I like her, 'tis a match. And my chariot is ready at the gate to bear her off, do you see?
Ah, how that chariot pleads. Ah.
And I pronounce that being intoxicated with the sweet eyes of this refulgent lady, I come to tender her my noblest particulars, being already most advantageously set up with the circumstantial implements of my occupation.
A city apothecary, a most gentle calling. Ooh, which shall I choose? Signor Apothecary, I'll not expostulate the circumstantial reasons that have occasioned me this honor.
Incomparable lady, the elegancy of your repartees most excellently denote the profundity of your capacity.
What's the devil all this? Good Mr. Conjurer, stand by, and don't fright the gentlewoman with your elegant profundities.
Conjurer, I will chastise thy vulgar ignorance that eclipse a philosopher, a conjurer.
Philosophers! Prithee, if thou beest a man, speak like a man!
Why? What do I speak like? What do I speak
What
like?
do you speak like? Why, you speak like a wheelbarrow!
How?
And how?
That's well, gentlemen, let's have all peace. While I survey you both and see which likes me best.
Ha! Now on my conscience, my two foolish lovers. Oh, Harlequin and Scaramouche. How are my hopes defeated?
Faith.
I'll fit you both.
So she's considering still, I shall be the happy dog.
She's taking aim. She cannot choose but like me best.
Well, madam, how does my person propagate?
Faith, signor, now I look better on you. I do not like your physiognomy so well as your intellect. You discovering some circumstantial symptoms that ever denote a villainous inconstancy.
Oh, you are pleased, madam.
You're mistaken, senor. I am displeased at your gray eyes and pale brows. I never knew a man with those signs true to his mistress or his friend. And I would sooner wed that scoundrel Scaramouche, that very civil pimp, that deputy urinal shaker, than a fellow of your infallible signum malice.
You have your answer, Signor Friskin. It may shut up your shop and be gone.
Sure, the jade knows me.
And as for you, signor,
Ah, madame.
oh, those lanthorn jaws of yours, with that most villainous sneer and grin, and a certain fierce air of your eyes, looks altogether most fanatically. Those are certain signs of knavery and cowardice. Therefore, I'd rather wed that spider harlequin, that skeleton buffoon, that ape of man, that jack of Lent, that very top that's of no use but when 'tis whipped and lashed. That piteous property I'd rather wed than thee.
A very fair declaration.
You understand me. And so would you, sweet glister pipe, Signor Dirty Boots.
That I should not know that rogue harlequin.
That I should take this fool for a physician. How long have you commenced apothecary, Signor?
Ever since you turned farmer. Are not you a damned rogue to put these tricks upon me and most dishonorably break all articles between us?
Are you not a damned son of something to break articles with me?
No more words, sir. No more words. I find it must come to action. Draw.
Draw! So I can draw, sir!
Oh, what mean you, gentlemen?
Let me go, sir. I am provoked beyond measure, sir.
You must excuse me, Signor.
I dare not discover the fool. For his master's sake, it may spoil our intrigue anon. He'll then discover me, and I shall be discarded for bantering the doctor. A man of honor, to be so basely affronted here.
Should I discover this rascal, he would tell the old gentleman I was the same that attempted his house today in women's clothes, and I should be kicked and beaten most insatiably.
What, senor, for a man of parts to be imposed upon, and whipped through the lungs here like a Mountebank zany for sham cures? Mr. Doctor, I'll tell you, not civil.
I am extremely sorry for it, sir, and you shall see how I will have this fellow handled for the affront of a person of your gravity, and in my house. Here, Peter, take this intruder and toss him in a blanket.
Hark! Hark ye. Bring me off or I'll discover all of your intrigue.
Let me alone!
I'll warrant some rogue that has some plot on my niece and my daughter.
No, sir, he comes to impose the grossest lie upon you that ever was heard of.
Hold! I'll confess! All, rather than endure it!
Hold! What will you confess, sir?
That he's the greatest impostor in nature. Would you think it, sir? He pretends to be no less than an ambassador from the Emperor of the Moon, sir.
Ambassador from the Emperor of the Moon?
Aye, sir. Thereupon I laughed. Thereupon he grew angry. I laughed at this resentment, and thereupon we drew. This was the high quarrel, sir.
Oh, ambassador from the Moon.
I have brought you off. Manage him as well as you can.
Brought me off, yes. Out of the frying pan into the fire. How in the devil shall I act an ambassador?
It must be so, for how could either of you know that I expected that honor? Sir, if the figure you make approaching so near ours in this world had made us commit any indecent indignity to your high character, you ought to pardon the frailty of our mortal education and ignorance, having never before been blessed with a dissension from any of your world.
What the devil do I say now? I confess, I am, as you see by my garb, a little incognito, because the public message I bring is very private, which is that the mighty Eridonazor, Emperor of the Moon, with his most worthy brother, the Prince of Thunderland, intend to sup with you tonight. Therefore, be sure to get good wine. So, by the way, let me tell you, 'tis for the sake of your fair daughter.
I'll leave the rogue to his own management. I presume by your whispering, sir, you would be private and humbly begging pardon. Take my leave.
You have it, friend. Does your niece and daughter drink, sir?
Drink, sir.
Aye, sir, drink hard.
Do the women of your world drink hard, sir?
According to their quality, sir, more or less. The greater the quality, the more profuse the quantity.
Well, that's just as 'tis here. But your men of quality, your statesmen, sir, I presume they are sober, learned, and wise.
Faith, no, sir. But they are, for the most part, what's as good, very proud, and promising, sir.
Just as it is here. But pray, sir, how do these great men live with their wives?
Most nobly, sir. My lord keeps his coach, my lady hers. My lord his bed, my lady hers, and they rarely see one another unless they chance to meet out for a visit. In the park, the mall, the tour, or at the basset table, where they civilly salute and part, he to his mistress, she to play.
By my troth, it's just as it is here. Sir, I find you are a person of most profound intelligence. Under favor, sir. Are you a native of the moon, or of this world?
The devil's in him for hard questions. I am a Neapolitan, sir.
Sir, I honor you. Good luck, my countrymen. How got you to the region of the moon, sir?
Oh, play, inquisitive fool! Why, sir, pox on it, what shall I say? I been one day in the musing melancholy, walking by the seaside, there arose, sir, a great mist, by the sun's exhaling of the vapors of the earth, sir.
Right, sir.
In this fog or mist, sir, I was exhaled.
The exhalations of the sun drew you to the moon, sir.
I am condemned to the blanket again. I say, sir, I was exhaled up, but in my way being too heavy, I was dropped into the sea.
How, sir? Into the sea?
The sea, sir, where the emperor's fishermen, casting nets, drew me up and took me for a strange and monstrous fish, sir, and as such presented me to his mightiness, who is going to have me spitchcocked for his own eating.
Oh, sir. Eat.
Oh, what did me? I, sir, life being sweet, but fall on my knees and besought his glorious not to eat me, for I was no fish, but a man. He asked me of what country, and I told him Naples, whereupon the emperor, overjoyed, asked me if I knew that most reverend and most learned Dr. Baliardo and his fair daughter. And I told him I did, whereupon he made me his bedfellow and the confidant to his amored Signora Ilaria.
Bless me, sir. How came the emperor to know my daughter?
Oh, there he is again with his damned hard questions. Knew her, sir, why, you were walking abroad one day.
My daughter never goes abroad, sir, further than the garden.
Aye, there it was indeed, sir. And as His Highness was taking a survey of this lower world through a long perspective, sir, he saw your daughter and niece, and from that very moment fell most desperately in love. But hark! The sound of timbrels, kettle drums, and trumpets! The emperor, sir, is on his way. Oh, prepare for the reception!
I am in a rapture. How shall I pay my gratitude for this great negotiation? But as I may, I humbly offer, sir.
Presents him with a rich ring and a purse of gold.
Sir, as an honor done the emperor, I take your ring and gold. I must go meet His Highness.
Oh, sir, we are astonished with the dreadful sound of the sweetest music that ever mortal heard, but know not whence it comes. Have you not heard it, sir?
Heard it? Yes, fool. 'Tis the music of the spheres. The emperor of the moon is descending.
How, sir, no marvel then that looking towards the south I saw such splendid glories in the air.
Huh? Sawest thou aught descending from the air?
Oh, yes, sir, wonders. Haste to the old gallery, whence with the help of your telescope you may discover all.
I should not lose a moment for the lower universe.
Enter Ilaria Belmont Knoxville, dressed in rich antique habits.
Sir, we are dressed as you commanded us. What is your farther pleasure?
It well becomes the honor you're designed for. This night, to wed two princes. Come with me and know your happy fate.
Bless me! My father, in all the rest of his discourse, shows so much sense and reason. I cannot think him mad, but feigns all this to try us.
Not mad, marry, heaven forbid. Thou art always creating fears to startle one. Why, if he be not mad, his want of sleep this 48 hours, the noise of strange, unheard of instruments, with the fantastic splendor of the unusual sight, will so turn his brain and dazzle him, that in grace and goodness he may be mad. Come, let's after him to the gallery, for I long to see what in showing equipage our princely lovers will address to us.
Scene the last. The gallery richly adorned with scenes and lights. Enter Dr. Ilaria Belmont of Knoxville. Soft music is heard.
Heavens! What's here? What palace is this? I'm sure.
'Tis rather the apartment of some monarch.
I'm all amazement too, but must not show my ignorance. Yes, Ilaria, this is prepared to entertain two princes.
Are you sure, Aunt, sir? Are we not, think you, in that world above I often heard you speak of? In the moon, sir?
How shall I resolve her? For aught I know we are.
Sure, sir, 'tis some enchantment.
Let not thy female ignorance profane the highest mysteries of natural philosophy. To fools it seems enchantment, but I've a sense can reach it. Sit and respect the event.
Hark! Whence comes this charming sound, sir?
From the spheres. It is familiar to me.
The scene in the front draws off and shows the hill of Parnassus, a noble large walk of trees leading to it. Kepler descends in a chariot. Soft music plays still.
Methought I saw the figure of a man descend from yonder cloud on yonder hill.
Most reverend sir, we, from the upper world, thus low salute you. Kepler, I am called, sent as interpreter to great Iridenozor, the emperor of the moon, who is descending.
Most reverend bard, profound philosopher, this low I bow to pay my humble gratitude.
The emperor, sir, salutes you and your fair daughter. And, sir, the prince of Thunderland salutes you and your fair niece.
Thus low I fall to thank their royal.
Came you, most reverend bard, from the moon world?
Most lovely maid, I did.
May I presume to know the manner how?
By cloud, sir, through the regions of the air, down to the famed Parnassus, thence by water along the river Helicon, the rest by post upon a winged eagle.
Sir, are there store of our world inhabiting the moon?
Of all nations, sir, that lie beneath it in the emperor's train. Sir, you will behold abundance. Look up and see the orbital world descending. Observe the zodiac, sir, with her 12 signs.
The zodiac descends, a symphony playing all the while.
See how she turns and sends her signs to earth? This 8,000 years no emperor has descended, but incognito. But when he does, to make his journey more magnificent, the zodiac, sir, attends him.
'Tis all amazing, sir.
Now, sir, behold, the globic world descends 2,000 leagues below its wonted station to show abundance to its proper monarch.
The globe of the moon appears first like a new moon. As it moves forward, it increases till it becomes full. When descended, it opens and shows the emperor and the prince. They come forth with all their train, flutes playing a symphony. All joy to mortals, joy and mirth, eternal Io sing. The gods of love descend to earth, their darts have lost their sting.
The emperor would have you rise, sir. He will expect no ceremony from the father of his mistress.
I cannot, sir. Behold his mightiness. The splendor of his majesty confounds me.
You must be moderate, sir. It is expected.
Shall I not have the joy to hear their heavenly voices, sir?
They never speak to any subject, sir, when they appear in royalty, but they by interpreters, and that by that way of Stetchentraphon in manner of the Delphic oracles. Most learned sir, the emperor now is going to declare himself. Listen.
Most reverend sir, whose virtue did incite us, whose daughter's charms did more invite us, we come to grace her with that honor that never mortal yet had done her. Only once Jove was known this story, to visit Semele in glory, but fatal 'twas, he so enjoyed her. Her own ambitious flame destroyed her. His charms too fierce for flesh and blood, She died embracing of her God. We gentle marks of passion give. The maid we love shall love and live, whom visibly we thus will grace above the rest of human race. Say, is your will we should wed her, and nightly in disguises bed her?
Oh, the glory is too great.
What then remains but that we consummate this happy marriage in our splendid state?
Thus low I kneel in
While the hymeneal song is sung, a priest joins their hands, and they are married. And they come forth, but just then two chariots descend, one on one side, the other on the other, and comes forth Harlequin dressed like a mock hero, and Scaramouche in the other, dressed in helmets.
Stay, mighty Emperor, and vouchsafe to be the umpire of our difference.
What are you?
Two neighboring princes to your vast dominion.
Knights of the Sun are honorable titles, and fight for that fair mortal, Mopsiphil.
Bless us, my two precious lovers are warrant. Well, I'd better take up with one of them than lie alone tonight.
Long as two rivals we have loved and hoped, both equally endeavored and both failed. At last, by joint consent, we both agreed to try our titles by the dint of lance, and those your mightiness will be arbitrator.
The Emperor gives consent.
Music plays a fighting tune.
The Emperor pronounces you our victor.
Receive your mistress, sir, as the reward of your undoubted valor.
Your humble servant, sir, and Scaramouche returns your humble thanks.
Scaramouche! My heart misgives me. Oh, I am undone and cheated in every way.
Be patient, sir, and call up all your virtue. You're only cured, sir, of a disease that long has reigned over your nobler faculties. Sir, I am your physician, friend, and counselor. It was not in the power of herbs or minerals, of reason, common sense, and right religion to draw you from an error that unmanned you.
I will be patient, gentlemen, and hear you. Are you not Ferdinand?
I am. And these are gentlemen of quality that long have loved your daughter and your niece. Don Cinthio, this and this Don Charmant, the viceroys, nephews both, who found as men 'twas impossible to enjoy 'em, and therefore tried this stratagem.
Sir, I beseech you, mitigate your grief. Although indeed we are but mortal men, yet we shall love, serve you, and obey you.
Are you not then the Emperor of the Moon? And are you not the Prince of Thunderland?
There's no such person, sir. These stories are the phantoms of mad brains to puzzle fools withal, that wise men laugh at 'em. Come, sir, you shall no longer be imposed upon.
No Emperor of the Moon. No moon world.
Ridiculous inventions. If we'd not loved you, you'd been still imposed on. We had brought a scandal on your learned name, and all succeeding ages had despised it.
Burn all my books, and let my study blaze. Burn all to ashes, and be sure the wind scatter the vile, contagious, monstrous lies. Most noble youths, you've honored me with your alliance, and you and all your friends, assistances in this glorious miracle, I invite tonight to revel with me. Come all and see my happy recantation of all the foolish follies that inspired till now. Be pleasant to repeat your story, to tell me but what kind degrees thou hast cozened me. I see there's nothing in philosophy. Of all that writ, he was the wisest bard that spoke the mighty truth. He that knew all that ever learning writ, knew only this, that he knew nothing yet.
End of play. Well, we can still sort of see each other. I want to thank you, and I want to thank this wonderful cast for working so hard on this reading. Thank Hal Shakes for allowing us to use their space, and thank you all for coming out. If you like this show, please make sure you come see the final one next Monday, which is Memorial Day, but you'll be done with your parties at Aurora. It's a play written during the Spanish Golden Age and is also quite fantastical. I did not bring all the things I was supposed to have brought, so if you can give, please do. There are little things that you can read with your fancy phones, QR codes, yes, that will allow you to donate, or you can come to our website, which is bayareawtf.org. Any donation you give us this year allows us to do something again next year. So thank you very much.